Welcome everyone. This is Jennifer with Creativity. I am coming live to you tonight from my craft studio in Lexington, South Carolina. Welcome. We are here for our Christmas series number 4. This should have been my live on Sunday. However, it was our family tradition pumpkin carving time, so I moved my Facebook Live that is originally on Sundays over to tonight. So welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope everyone is doing well, and if you are in my area, I hope you are staying warm, as it is kind of chilly lately for us. This does not normally happen for us so quickly with our weather change, but it has been pretty chilly lately. So I am loving it. Hello, Karen. I am loving the weather. However, it is been a little change. We go from 80 to 50. So it's crazy. But anyway, welcome everyone. I am giving everybody a few seconds to get on as I get my laptop up so I can see comments once we get started with our projects tonight. I am featuring one of our online exclusive items, and it's actually going to be the online exclusive feature for this week. I am getting ready to also send out that information as well once I get done with this live. I will be sending the email out for it. All right. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Ooh, I'm chilly. Went to the gym and then rushed home and got dinner and then came straight on up to my studio. So sorry for the hot mess look, but I had to get my workout in because I was lazy this morning when I woke up. It was cold, it was raining. Did not get up and go to the gym like I should have, so I had to do it this afternoon when I got off work. So it'll be good. All right, we're going to get started. I've got all the links in the video chat. The big things going on is we have the Creativity Club coming up, and in the morning I'm going to be featuring that product that will be used in the Creativity Club. I will be back live in the morning at 6:15 with coffee and a card, and we will be featuring the gingerbread man. Hello, Bobby. We're going to be featuring the gingerbread man in the morning for coffee and a card, as well as that is our Creativity Club kit for November. So if you're interested in joining Creativity Club, the link is in this video. Click it, get all the details. If you have any questions, reach out to me, let me know, and I will be happy to talk with you about that. And then one last push, we have the starter kit going on sale. It is $35 with a free $125 in product. That special ends on October the 31st. It is a fabulous deal. Love for you to come join the Stampin' Scrappers, which is my team. Would love for you to come be part of our community. So if you're interested in that, click on the starter kit link in the video to get that information as well. All right, so I am going to go ahead and flip the camera. I do have one other thing to share with you. So let me move this so this basket don't turn over, and then we will get started. I've got to grab that flyer. I forgot to get it out of my bag. So let's go ahead and flip the camera down. Hello, Autumn. How are you? All right, here we go. This is our Christmas series number 4. So we are getting started with it tonight. We've got 2 more series to go, and then Christmas will be done with the Christmas series. I did it for 6 weeks. So if you have missed any of the series, you can go back into either Facebook or my YouTube channel, and you should be able to get all of the series that we have done. All right, so let's share. I wanted to share this little bit with you. I am excited about this. Actually, I'm behind on this, but I am excited about it. I told y'all I would share it with you tonight. So, I have teamed up. I am considered the 3 crafty elves. I am one of the crafty elves. We have, we have that advent calendar going around. Hello, Debbie. Ooh, too big. Hold on. We have the Stampin' Up advent calendar going on, but this was already in the works before Stampin' Up decided to post that information out there. So we are, I have teamed up with 3 other demonstrators. I have teamed up with Heather from Hearts and Heather Creations and Anna from Paper Crafts. These are 2 other demonstrators that I have teamed up with, and we are going to do an advent calendar. You're going to get 12 projects with 25 surprises, and I am trying to get the flyer that tells us all the details. I will post this tomorrow as a registration, but I just wanted to share it with you tonight so you can start thinking about it. We are going to do a special box, and it's going to be 25 days of surprises, which includes 12 project kits. And each day you will get a video tutorial with the projects and what you're supposed to do with those products in there. So that is going to be our advent calendar. You're going to get 25 gifts, which equals 12 projects. You're going to get over $45 in value in product. You will get 12 video tutorials and 12 PDF tutorials. And the cost for this is $69 for shipping. And this is going to be an adventure. It's exciting. Like I said, I have teamed up with the 2 other Stampin' Up demonstrators, and we are excited about doing this, and it will go for the month of December. So we're doing registration in November, and then in December we will start posting the videos for those that purchased it, so you can do that. I will have to clarify the actual dates that we are doing it, but I know it's going to be in December. But the cost for this is $69, and it will be shipped to you. Now, this is not going to be Christmas product. So let me let you know that this is not going to be Christmas projects. We will have new online exclusives go live in November. So we have purchased a new product that will be available to customers starting in November. That we are using for this. So because by December, most Christmas cards and most Christmas projects are completed. So we wanted something that was kind of going into the new year that you could use. So we have selected all new product through the online exclusive items that will go live in November for customers. But I just wanted to throw this out there so you can start thinking about, would you be interested in purchasing this, and you would get all the kits sent to you, and you just open the little package and be surprised, and then you would watch the video to know what to do with that product for that day. You could open them all up at one time. That's your choice. But it is supposed to be like an advent calendar where you open one per day. But more information, registration will be sent out tomorrow for this. So make sure you're on my email list. If you are not, make sure you click that link so you get this information tomorrow. All right. So, again, I teamed up with those two other demonstrators. So we are the Crafty Elves, and I am so excited about it. All right. Let's get on to our Christmas card series number 4. I am using Tractor Company, and yes, when I decided to do this class, I don't know what I was thinking, guys. It is a lot of die cutting, but it is so fun to play with this tractor. And living on a farm, you know, me and tractors, we go way back when. And so this here, it has a bale of hay. So you could use this in fall cards. It's got the corn stalks here, the little pieces of corn there. It's got pumpkins. So there's all kinds of things that you could do with this stamp set. Hold on one second. There we go. And then it comes with all these great dies. So what we're using this set for tonight is the tractor and the Christmas trees. And then I did use the sentiment off of here as well. All right, so that is the bundle that we are using tonight for the class. And the designer series paper that I am using, it is called Nest of Winter Designer Series paper. This is kind of a an old version, but it is double-sided, so I wanted to share the paper with you. So that is the front and the back. And we're going to do that for both. So you can kind of see when I show this side is one of the sides and this is the other side. Because I wanted you to be able to see the product. So this is the designer paper that I am using. It is called Winter Nest. And it's actually a carryover designer paper. But it is so pretty. And I thought it was great to use this for my projects, since it's kind of wintry type looking. All right, so that is the designer series paper, and it is called Nest of Winter Designer Series paper. All right, so I lost a tree. I don't know where that tree goes. We'll find it in a minute though. I've cut most of this out already, but just in case. The ink pads that we're going to be using tonight is Cherry Cobbler, Coastal Cabana, and Smoky Slate. And I used Garden Green. And the Garden Green. So those are the ink pads that we will use tonight, along with the projects that we're doing. All right, so let me share with you the projects real quick so you can see the cards that we're going to be making. I did kind of a sneak peek last night. Oh, and I also used the stamp set we used last night. Oh goodness, where did I put it? Hold on, guys. It's the traditional labels. I'll have to look for it in a second because I am going to need it. Here it is. I don't know, with the new packaging, I don't know how in the world I'm going to find stamp sets because I lose these. But this is the other stamp set that we're using tonight as well. All right, so that's one of the cards. Here is the other card that we're doing. And then here is one of the cards. And then, so with this one is going to be 3 cards and a treat box. So inside the treat box, you take your ribbon off. You take your ribbon off, and on the inside, it has a little Debbie cake. So, this is a treat box. So, it's going to hold our little Debbie cake in there. And then this goes on the outside. So, you can either put your flap on the outside, or you can tuck it inside and don't punch the hole in it and just put the bow right there. And I'm going to do the sample that way tonight. The project that we're doing tonight, I'm going to do it that way and not like this to see which one I like better. Because I'm not crazy about this right here. But we'll see what it looks like tonight when it tucks in, okay? But I'm going to show you how to make the little gift box for the candy. For the little Debbie cake. And then we've got the 3 cards. Now, if you place a minimum order of $45 tonight or this week between now and October the 31st, I will send you all of the supplies to make these cards, okay? That is my gift to you for placing your order. So, this is a free with purchase class. You can get these 4 projects with a minimum of a $45 order. And the link is in this video. All right? All right. Let's start in our projects. Who's ready? Because I am ready. We're going to do the gift box last. So, let's start with this. No, let's start with this card. I think I want to start with that one first. No, we're going to switch it. Let's start with this one. Let me get these in order as to what we're doing. All right, because we got lots of pieces in these cards. And I believe for the most part, I have cut everything out. It's just a matter of assembling the cards. So we're going to start with this one first. All right, let's pull all these little pieces out. All right, so here we go. Let's move our envelope out of the way. So with this, we have got our card base, which is the basic white thick cardstock. And we are going to fold it over, and then we're going to score it. Fold it at the score mark. Oh, Debbie, I do too. I do too. It has been very hard not to eat them. I started with my trainers 3 weeks ago, so that is why I have not fudged yet, but I do know it's coming. And I'm surprised my grandchild, one of them, has not found that I have them up here, because she would be up here after school eating my Debbie cakes. We would not have Debbie cakes for the video tonight if she knew I had those up here. She done got my little gingerbread man that I had up here for one of the projects that we did. Believe that was our Mystery Stampin'. She done got that project. All right, so let's see. I am looking for my tape runner. My goodness. I done lost my tape. Ah, there it is. There it is. All right, so I'm going to take my Stamp and Seal adhesive, and I'm going to just put it straight onto my designer series paper. But Debbie, you said you like the Debbie cakes. I do like them, but for my sweets, I drink my sweets. I love my flavored coffees. So that is where I get my sugar craves satisfactions from, is cold coffees and things like that. And right now it's pumpkin spice lattes. So that is my weakness, is my cold coffees. So I have to be careful with all that sugar. I'm not a big sweet eater, but I will eat a little Debbie cake every now and then. Just because it's the holiday and we have to. They only come out once a year, right? All right, so we're going to put our designer paper on our card front just like that. It is okay that it is not matching because we have our cherry cobbler cardstock that is going to match up right there. Once we put our ribbon around that, and for that I am using the white ribbon that we carry, and we are going to take this, hopefully we are going to take this and we're going to wrap it around our cherry cobbler, kind of stick it in the center, and then you're going to want this to go to the top so you can tie your bow. All right. And then, so what I normally do is I will put just a little speck of adhesive on the back of the ribbon and then press it onto my card base there to where it will hold the ribbon in place, so it's easier to be able to tie our bow. All right, so let's do this real quick, and hopefully I've got this long enough so we can tie this bow and it look decent. All right, so let's see what we got here. And if bows are not your thing, you can also tie it in a knot, and we might do that if it don't want to work right. Let's see if I can do this, because I do really good with bows until I go on video, and then they are like hit and miss. All right, looks like we got a bow. Now let's see if we can shape it up. Hold on, there we go. Now, all right, let's see if we can make it the way we want it to look. And then you can make your hoops as big or as small as you want. That is totally your decision. Okay. I think that is going to be good right there. So then we are going to take our snouts . Yeah, Debbie, that's what I'm trying to prevent. I have been borderline for about 6 years. And I keep telling my daughter I am not going to be one. So I keep doing my exercising, and I do cut back on my coffee. And I do watch what I do because I ain't got time for that. Not on purpose. I know sometimes you can't help it, but so I monitor and I do watch how many of them I do get. I treat myself maybe 1 per month, and then I drink a lot of water too. So that kind of flushes all that drink out. All right, so we're going to put this straight on to our card base just like this. All right, and then our bow's going to sit right there. Loving it, loving it. Hope you do. All right, now we're going to build our tractor. So this is going to go right there. So we're going to go ahead and put this down. I'm using my my Stampin' Seal. And we're going to put this straight on here. Now, I cut this circle out of the Stylish Shape dies to put on there. Now we have all these pieces. See what I'm saying with these pieces for the tractor? So what I am doing is I am going to use some liquid glue, hopefully, and it's going to work like magic, hopefully. So we're going to take our wagon bin here, and then we're going to take our liquid glue. Oh, got a little film at the top. Hold on. We're going to take our liquid glue, and we're going to put just a little bit up here on the top of the wheel. And then we're going to take this, and we're going to stick it right on the top there. Hold on. And let it sit a second. I probably should have used my green glue. Then we're going to do the same thing for the second wheel. We're going to put just a little bit up there at that top piece. And then we're going to lift this up just a little bit and slide that under there. Okay. Now, we're going to put our rims over our tires. So we're going to go ahead and put just a little bit of the liquid glue going around there. Now, if you place the order to get this kit, this will all be pre-cut for you. All right. So we're going to do this. And you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to put it on this side. Okay. And then we have the little sparkle rim things that go in the center of the tires. I don't know what this is called, because my tires on my trailers at the farm, we don't have all these fancy things on them. They done come off a long time ago. We got working trailers. Let's see. So we're going to put just a little bit of glue. You don't want to put too much because you don't want it gooshing out all over your project and messing it up. Okay. So there is that. Now, this is probably stuck to my table, so we're going to use the pick tool here and kind of give it a little lift. So there is our cute little wagon, right? All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put this on with dimensionals. All right, so here we go. This is how we're going to do this. We're going to put it on the wheel, and then we're going to put this one on the wheel as well. Okay, and now we are ready to put this onto our we are ready to put this on our circle here, and we're going to stick it straight on like that. Now, we have our trees. I used our two-tone colored cardstock. This is the garden green cardstock. So you can see these two is one side of our two-tone cardstock, and then this is the other side. So if you're not familiar with two-tone cardstock, one side is light and the other side is dark, but it is the same color. So all three of these are the garden greens. So also with our two-tone cardstock, if you would tear the two-tone cardstock, it will have a white surrounding area around it. And that is really cool if you're scrapbooking. So we will be doing some of that in the near future for the holidays too. I am working on that now. We're putting these on with the mini dimensionals. So we're going to go ahead and add these real quick, and I'm just doing 2, and then we're going to tuck these. We're going to tuck these behind the trailer. So it's really cute. I am excited about going to get my Christmas tree. We always go the Saturday after Thanksgiving to get our Christmas tree, and we go to a tree farm, and we actually, the kids and the grandkids, we actually go and cut our tree down. We do hay rides, all that fun stuff when we go get our trees. And I am so ready. Christmas is my favorite season, I think. It has to be because I have we're building a new place, and I have a Santa closet for all my Santa Christmas decorations and everything. My husband calls it the Santa closet. I don't know why he did that, but he did. He named it. I told him he done messed up now, because I am going to make sure it is full. But probably it would be full by the time I take everything over there, because I have so much stuff. All right, let's take our label here. We are going to cut a piece of the basic white, and I'm going to try a 1/2 of an inch. That should be long enough to do what we're going to do for our sentiment. And I am going to use the traditional labels, and I'm going to do 'Tis the Season. All right, and we got to get our block, and then we need our cherry cobbler. All right, so we're going to take our cherry cobbler, and we're tapping it in. Now, I am tapping my stamp into my ink pad. If you are new to Stampin' Up, our ink pads are very, 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 very juicy and inked very well. So if you took your stamp and you squished it into the ink pad really hard, you would have ink. You see how I've got the ink here? But you would have it all over your block and all in your stamp and would not get a good image. So you just want to take it and tap our stamps into our ink pads, because they are very well inked. All right. And you do not have to re-ink our stamp pads very often. I've got some of my original stamp pads, and I've never inked them. And I've been a demonstrator for 9 years. So it does not take a lot to do our stamp pads. So I'm going to take this now, and I'm going to taper the corners of our label here, and I'm going to just kind of cut it at a diagonal there. This is going to go on with dimensionals again. So let's do this. I am doing 3 going across here. Okay, just because of the width, the length of it, I don't want it sagging. So we're going to do 3 going across here. And yeah, okay. Make sure I took the little backing off of it. And then this is going to go down at the bottom of our card base. So there is card number 1. All right. That is card number 1. Close up that ink pad because don't want to get no ink on there. And then what I did with the envelope is I took the trees and I stamped the back of it. So let's do that real quick with the tractor ink, tractor stamp pad. Let's take out the trees. And that way we can stamp our trees on the envelope here. So it is ready to be addressed. That's my husband's job. He always addresses our envelopes. He seals them and he puts our stamps on them because in his head, once you go on the Christmas list around here to receive a card, you do not come off of the list. And I tell him all the time, we have to remove some because the list is getting so big. And he says, nope, you better start making more Christmas cards. So his job is to stuff, seal, and stamp. So there is the envelope. So now we've got a card that is ready to go. Now on the inside, you can write a message or you can stamp. So I will go back and do that because I do normally stamp in my cards. So that is card number 1. All right. Let's go over to card number 2. We've got to close this up here because I don't want to get ink everywhere. We're going to go over to card number 2. And let's go ahead and take care of this one here. This one doesn't have as many pieces as the other one does. And then we've got our treat box. All right. And I am just starting with treat boxes, so I'm hoping it's not going to be a blooper moment on the video. I hope I got it. I hope. If not, give me grace. I am trying to do those treat boxes, dimensional, 3D things. I don't do a lot of those, but I am starting to try to venture out. Cardfuls, all that good stuff instead of the basics. I am working on the basic beige cardstock now. And then, of course, we have our designer series paper from the Nest of Winter designer series paper. So we're going to go ahead and put our adhesive on the back here. And then we're going to adhere it to the front of our card base. Right there. And then we have this piece of white cardstock, but I don't want to glue that down yet. I want to put our tree, see, we're doing the tractor and trailer on this one. So let's assemble everything and then we will glue all that down. All right, so let's see if this goes as smoothly as the other one did. So we're going to separate it here. We've got the tractor and the trailer. We're going to put our trees up there because we don't currently need the trees. We've got our fender that goes over that one, and then we got our other fender. I'm just kind of separating the pieces. And then we have our big tire, and we have our little tire. Okay. And then we have another little tire and another one. And this card is not me normally, but I'll tell you, when I started playing with it, I had a blast with this. So give it a try. Don't shun it just because of all the tiny pieces, because I actually enjoyed playing with this set when I started playing with it last week for this project. I've done a few fall things with it, but nowhere near like this. All right, so we've got all of our pieces together now. I'm going to take our glue, and we're going to do basically the same thing. We're going to put just a little bit of glue up at the top of the tire, and then we are going to take our tractor bed and lift that up, and then slide that tire right under there. And we're going to just press down on that just a second. You can also use our green Tombow glue, but this is very low, so I didn't want to start a project and run out. So I am using our fine tip glue pen, which is working fairly well. So we're going to just do the same method here. We're going to put the glue at the top of the tire, and then we're going to just slide it right under the fender of there. All right. And then we're going to put glue on the back of our fender. And then that is going to go right over the tire. All right. And then we've got our big fender. All right, and then this is going to go right over the tire there. All right, and then we've got our center part of our tire. And that's going to go right there. Oops. All right. And then we're going to put the little rim, or the little center part of this tire right there. And then we have our grill and our handlebar here that's going to go on the front of our card here. And this is gonna line up right that. And then we've got our little seat, and we're gonna just kind of put the base of it here. And then we're going to take our tractor and put our seat right there. So there's our tractor, guys. You hanging in there with me? We got one more, and then we're going to do our little Debbie cake box. It will not hopefully take too long for the box. I've got a sample done, so hopefully that is going to go fairly quickly. I know my time's about up. This one's going to go a little longer just because of all the little pieces that we're using here to put together, but it'll be okay. Hopefully you'll stay with me. If not, just make sure you catch the replay. And then if you do like the video, please share it, do the like, subscribe to my channel if you're watching YouTube, because that does help my business grow. The more you share, I do appreciate all of that. So thank y'all so much for doing that. Liking the videos, liking my, following me on the Facebook page. All of that helps me grow. And the more we grow, the more we are sharing happiness of paper crafting with others. And I love that. All right. So there is our wagon and our trailer. Now we have this little shield that I forgot to put on the tractor. So we're going to do that. We're going to put just a tad of glue here and a tad there. And this is supposed to be, I'm assuming, like the hood over the tractor. There we go. Perfect. All right, so let's put this down. Put my top back on my glue so it don't dry out. Now we are ready to go. We are actually going to use dimensionals on these as well, because I just love dimensionals. I go through so many of these. You can never have too many packs of dimensionals. So basically, every time you place an order, get a pack of dimensionals. That's just a rule of thumb, because we go through so many with our projects. And I'm being for real. All right, so here we go. We're going to take off the backs of our dimensionals. Okay. And then the tractor, we're going to stick that right onto our white cardstock. And the wagon is going to go right behind it, just like that. And then we have our 3 trees, the same thing. They're going to go in the wagon. So we're going to put them on with our mini dimensionals. These are the mini dimensionals that I am currently using now for these. You could use the other size, but you would have to cut them in half. Otherwise, they would hang off. Come on. All right. Let's go ahead and take all the backs off so we don't have to worry about that. All right. And then these are going to kind of tuck in there just like we did before. And then this one's going to go right in the middle. So now we need to put our adhesive onto our basic white. And then this is going to go on the card front. Just like that. And then we have our piece of basic white here so we can do our sentiment that says season greetings. All right, let's take that off of our sheet here and get our garden green ink pads. This is going to be the garden green. We're going to tap that, and then it is going to go straight, hopefully, onto our tab. Yes. Perfect. And then we're going to taper the edge of it. Just like that. We're going to put our adhesive on here. And then this is going to go right there. Okay. So there is card number 2. And again, what I did for the envelope is I took the 3 trees and I stamped those down in the bottom corner. So these are going to go right down there. Okay. so that matches the card now, so whenever it gets sent out, it is ready to go. So there is card number 2. All right, card number 3. This is this one. This is a different card. I don't normally do colors like this for Christmas, but this is gorgeous. This is Coastal Cabana. Love this color. I am also using the Smoky Slate. And this one, oh yeah. Okay, so for this one, I did not pre-cut the tractor or the trailer because I wanted to stamp with you. So we do have to do that. But I did cut all the trees. Oh, there's the tree we were missing. And the covers for the wheels. So let's do that real quick so you can see a little bit of stamping. We're going to stamp the wagon. We're going to stamp the trailer. And then we've got to stamp the wheels. That way I can show you some stamping and not do all of the work ahead of time. All right, so I'm going to use the Coastal Cabana. Thank you, Debbie. I'm going to use the Coastal Cabana to do the tractor. Let's see. Oops. All right, let's do the wagon first. So I'm tapping, and then we're going to stamp straight on. Oh, that's pretty. Pretty. All right, and then we've got our big tractor piece. So I'm going to do the same thing with it. And we are going to stamp it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, and then we've got our tractor wheels. So we've got the big wheel, and we're going to do that in the Smoky Slate. And we're going to stamp that right there. Now, we need one big wheel, and we've got to have 3 of the little wheels. And I gotta space them out for the die because you don't want to put it too close and then the die not work for them. All right, so I got to run to my die cut machine real quick because I don't have that on my table. Let me grab that. Let's put these up real quick. I can do the die cut real quick right here. It's just gonna make my video go wonky a minute, but that way you can see what I am doing. All right, so I've got the die cut machine here. Let me get the dies out of the way. We've got our plates right here, so we've got our layers. So we're gonna take our cardstock and we are going to put that on here, and then we're going to take our tractor pieces and line up our dies to go on. And then we're going to do our wagon real quick. All right, and then we're going to do our wheels. All right, we're going to do the big wheel there, and then we're going to do the little wheel. And because the dies only have one of the little wheels, we'll have to run it through again. Because I only have one die for the wheels. So I'm going to put all that down, and then we're going to turn this, And you're going to hear it crink and crank, and that's okay. It is not messing anything up. Some people think it's breaking, but it's not. All right, so there's the tractor, there's the wagon. Here are 2 of the wheels. Now let me do the other 2 little wheels. And then we'll be ready to put this together. All right. Got 1 more to go. All righty. Come on. The hard part sometimes is matching the dies back up to the stamp and not having them move. So, because we do not have a magnetic plate. We used to, but the quality was not what Stampin' Up wanted, so they took it from us and hadn't brought it back. So, we're going to put that over there. And now we are ready to assemble our wagons. All right, so we're going to do the same thing as we did before. Kind of lay out our pieces, put them where they go, and then glue them real quick. And then we will be on our way to our little box. And that will be our Christmas series number 4. And then we've got 2 more Christmas ones to go. But next Sunday will not be Christmas. We will be doing a Grateful series coming up. So we're going to take these wheels, and again, we're going to do just what we did before. Put the glue up at the top. And then set the wagon right on there to where those are good. And then we're going to put our little fenders on. So, do you like the projects? Do you like this series? What do you think of this online exclusive bundle? Do you like it? I love it. You can do fall or you can do Christmas. So it's a variety, which is always a good thing. All right. So we're going to let that dry. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to put this one together. This tractor together. And don't forget, I have coffee and a card in the morning at 6:15 a.m. And then Friday, I will be back live for the Fun Fold Friday. So that will take place at 7 o'clock on Friday. Is Fun Fold Friday. I think that's going to be my go live time on Friday is at 7. It worked out really great last week, and it's seems like it's going to work out great this week. So that's probably going to be my time for Fun Fold Friday. So I'll be going live again on Friday at 7 for Fun Fold. And then I'll be back. I have my day retreat on Saturday. And then I will be back live on Sunday for our class. I don't know what we're doing yet. But Sunday's going to be a little tricky because here we change our time. We lose an hour. No, we gain an hour this time. We set our clocks back. So when I originally should be going live, it won't be time because they're changing our time system. So in the fall, we fall back, and in the spring, we fall forward. So it's going to be an adjustment. All right, there we go. Now, I think I put my little fender up too high. That's not wanting to sit right. All right, so let's do the shell here for the tractor front. And then we're going to put that right on here. Just like that. I just love that. I think it is so cute. All right, so with this, what we're going to do is, this one's stuck to my tabletop. Hold on. Oh, goodness. Well, that does not seem to have stuck, so let's try it again. Hold on, guys. We're having some glue issues. All right, now. There we go. All right, now what we got is our card. We need to go ahead and fold our card base here, and we are going to take our bone folder there. I have a piece of basic white cardstock, and I ran it through the wood embossing folder. It is called Birch. It's called Birchwood 3D embossing folder. So I've already did that. So we're ready to attach this down. So let me get the tape runner. And because this is 3D, make sure you don't press down too hard when you're running your adhesive across it, because it will flatten your 3D image. So we're going to put that closer to the top because I want more of the bottom to be the Coastal Cabana. Then we have a piece of the designer series paper that we're going to run across here and put at the bottom of the card base. And that's going to go right down here. All right. And now, of course, we are going to put our tractors on with dimensionals. All right, so let's throw on a few dimensionals here. Okay, and then we're going to put 2 on the wagon. And then we're going to take these off. They're ready to go onto the card base. Okay. And then we're going to sit this right there. Almost didn't put enough of the glue on here, so let's see if I can get it to go on with the tape runner. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna stick our wagon right at the back of it. Again, we're gonna take our trees and pop them on with the mini glue dots. Okay. Oh, come on. All right, one more. Okay. And then we're going to tuck them in our trailer. And there's that. Now, we need to do our stamping for our sentiment here. And we are using the Coastal Cabana, but we're going to use 'Tis the Season stamp. So I'm getting all of the cherry cobbler off of it. Coastal Cabana ink pad. I'm going to tap, and this is going to go straight onto our tab. All right. And then we're going to angle it again, just like we did earlier. Okay. And then this, we did not use dimensionals. We just put the adhesive on the back side here. And we are going to just put this straight onto the card base there. And then I took the Baker Twine pack. This has the white in it, and I did a double bow. So we're going to just spool this off. And we are going to tie a double bow here. All right, well, maybe. Slow down. I just kind of twisted that around and didn't do a thing with it. There we go. Now, make it as big or as little, of course, and then make the tails even. Okay, and then this is going to go on with glue dots. So we're going to take a glue dot to the back of our knot right there, and then we're going to tuck this right there. And there we go. And then we need to trim this off just a little more. And there is card number 3. Okay. All right, let's go to our treat box, and that will be the last thing for tonight. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, not too bad over, not too bad. I know we're getting real close, so let's wrap up. Let's get the treat box done, and then I will show you all 4 of the projects again. And remember, this is a free with purchase class. So we will do this again. All right, so what I've got is the treat box. So we have got all of the pieces, as long as I don't dump them. We have all the pieces pre-cut right here. What I've got here is the box for the Little Debbie cake. And what we need to do is, hold on one second here. Let me get the score marks pulled up. I wrote them in my tablet here. So we've got to score our paper. So we are starting out with a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock. It is 8.5 by 7. Okay, 8.5 by 7. All right. And then we're going to take our score bar tool and we are going to score it on the 8.5 side. Make sure that's 8.5. Then you're going to score this at 1 1/4. You're going to score it. All right, 1 1/4. Then you're going to score it again at the 4. And then 5 1/4. And then you're going to score it at the 8 mark. Now, on the 7-inch side, you are going to do 1 1/4. And then you're going to do it again at the 5. And then again at 6 1/4. All right, so there is your base. Then you're going to fold all your little creases where you did your score marks. You want to fold it to give it that good crease. You can use your bone folder if you need to, but I did not use it. I was just able to fold it with my thing. All right, so this is what we are trying to implement. Is a template that looks just like this, okay? So starting with the little edge on your left side, we are going to take our snips and we're going to cut this off, and then you're going to taper this into like a circle thing there. All right, and then we are going to go here and cut at this one, and then we're going to cut again at this one. And then you're going to take this and kind of just snare it just a little bit and make this into a kind of a point. It just helps it fold better when you go to seal it up. All right? And now you're going to do this again, and you're going to cut this part out. So you don't need that, but you do need this flap. So we're going to take this and we're going to cut this off. All right? And then you're going to kind of take this and taper this just so it folds easier when you go to fold up your box. All right? Now we're going to turn this around, and we are going to take this and we're going to cut here. We don't need this tab, so we're going to cut this off, and then we're going to cut this all the way up. And again, you're going to taper this just a little bit. All right. Now we're going to take this and we're going to cut it all the way to the top, to the score line. We do not need this, so we're going to take this off. Okay. And we are going to take this all the way up there. We don't need this, so we're going to cut this off again. And you're going to score this. Just trimming it just a little bit. All right. And then you're going to cut this all the way up because we don't need this at all. And then you're going to kind of round this off. We do not need, yes, we do need that flap. So let's leave that on there. All right. Now, this is going to be the box. Let's see, make sure I did this right. All right, so now we should, let's see if I did this right. Let's see. Okay, we should match, except we cut that end and not that side, but it should still be okay. All right, so there is our template. Let's see if it's gonna work. All right. I am going to use tearing tape on this. So we're going to put the tearing tape right there. And then I'm going to take my pick tool and we're going to take this off of the back. We are going to take the card base here and we are going to fold this into there. And we're going to flatten that down. All right. Then what I did is I took the tear tape and I put on these two flaps. All right. I'm going to put the tear tape on the flaps there. There we go. Now we're going to take the tear tape and we're going to work this off of the tape and there. All right. We're almost done, guys. Almost done. And then we're going to fold that in and we're going to take that, and that is the bottom of our box. All right. And then what you do is take your bone folder and rub it in the bottom, securing that tape, making sure it's got a good seal on it. All right. We don't need this flap. So I'm going to take this off. I should have cut that beforehand, but I didn't. And then here. Now, we do not sell a corner rounder, but what I did is I took my corner rounder and I took my corners of my little flap and I rounded it off. So now, there is our box. All right. So what I did is I have our designer series paper. I've got 2 pieces here. And I am going to put the tape adhesive on there. And this is going to go on here. And this designer paper is cut at, you need 2 of this size, and these are 2.5 by 3.5. Then you will need 2 pieces. These right here, these are 1 inch by 3.5. And then you need 1 piece that is 2.5 by 1. All right, so that is the measurements for the designer series paper. So we're going to take our adhesive then, and we're going to stick on each side of our box. So you're just taking the pieces now and you're layering the box. And then we're going to put this right there. And then we need to put this one here. This goes right there. And then this little one goes on your top of the box. All right, so we have our wagon again. Oh goodness. Oh, there it is. Hold on, the wheel fell off. So we're going to take our wheels, and I'm going to use my adhesive here, tape runner. And we are going to assemble the wagon real quick with the tape runner. And this one goes right there. All right. And put our little white thing in the center of our tire. Come on. Come on. It's so tiny, it's hard to hold sometimes. All right, and then this one's gonna go right there. And then, of course, you know, we got our dimensionals. So let's just go ahead and pop them up. And take this, and we're gonna go here and here. And we're gonna put the trees on. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Well, guys, there they are. I'm like, I just had them. Okay. So, let's see. We're going to take this and we're going to put on the trees here real quick. All right. There. All right. So we're going to take these. All right. So we're going to take these now and we're going to stick them in the wagon right up there. Just like that. Okay? And then, instead of poking the hole in it, I am going to just take my ribbon and I am going to just tie a nice little bow. You don't even have to do that if you didn't want to. But I'm going to take the bow and we're going to tie the bow and put right there, instead of punching the hole in it like I did the sample one. All right, so let's get our glue dots. And guys, this is a wrap. Sorry I did go over my hour. I try to keep my videos at an hour. But with that tractor having so many pieces, I knew I would be going over. So I do apologize. But I hope you've enjoyed the projects for the Christmas series number 4. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'll be glad to talk with you, help you in any way that I can when it comes to paper crafting, because I love sharing the passion with others that I have. All right, so let's pack all this up and clear the desk, and let's bring all 4 of the projects out and let them shine. Oh, we got to put our, take it and open this up, and our little Debbie cake, our little tree Debbie cake goes in here. There, and close it up. And there you go. How cute is that? How cute. All right, real quick. I know it's time to close out. So there is project 4. There is project 3. There is project 2. And here is project 1. Oh gosh, guys, I love these. Do you have a favorite and which one you like? Is there a favorite? Share below if you have a favorite. All right, guys, you can get all of these projects for free with a minimum $45 order. Just go to my store. The link is in the video. Place your order, and then I will send out all the supplies that you need to make all 4 of these projects by placing the order. All right, guys, I will be back tomorrow morning, and then I will see you again on Friday. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed Christmas series number 4. And don't forget, sign up for a club. And I will be back tomorrow morning. Thank you.